Welcome to Tiny Rails, the fun game with a train. And this is going to be the last episode of this game, by me, sort of. To continue and explain, as my train happily arrives in San Francisco. Right. Oh, wrong one. Always click the wrong thing, me. Right. I have currently unlocked the South America chapter, 1-1, which says make a stop at Los Angeles, California. All well and good. But the South America chapter, when it sends me to South America, I'll have to zoom out for this bit, has a blockage here which requires a resource I cannot get, so I can complete this station, which will unblock the rest and allow me to get to and construct these stations. So I can't get pretty much any further. So what I'm going to do is go to Los Angeles as per the story, see where it sends me next, which may or may not be South America, but I'm not going to continue thereof because I know there's going to be a hard stop coming up. I'm also going to continue having this game play, make money, etc., and upgrade the stations in Russia, Asia, and the rest of the world so I can complete the Russia and Asia areas to 100% over time. But the completion of I've done North America, I've done Alaska, Europe, I'm 95% of the way through Russia, I'm 100% of the way, 85% of the way through Asia. Read the wrong thing there. 94% of the way through Oceania and 97% of the way through Africa, but I can't complete those last two, and I can't get anywhere in pretty much in South America. So the South American story is the crew crosses paths with the world's greatest explorer Catalina and her sidekick Nesta. Together they travel the world in search for the Mask of El Dorado, which legend says will open up a gateway to the forgotten city of gold. All well and wonderful. Oh, I'll click that. I've got to go to Lincoln, Nebraska next. So I'll see what this bit of the story says. Catalina! Go! Go! We need to move right now! Valerie, who are you? Catalina, no time for that. How fast can this train go? 356 miles an hour currently. Fast enough. Where do you want to go? Nesta, anywhere but here. Take these. It will pay for our tickets tenfold. Can we get this buckets of bolts moving already? Fire up, Sophia. You got it. Yes, in the last episode I competed in the Great Train Race and didn't win. So, like I say, I will see what this... Okay, it's telling me the same story. Just make a stop at Lincoln, Nebraska. I will make a stop at Lincoln, Nebraska. Like I say, I don't know where it's going to take me, this part of the story. But it's going to come to a stop, so there's no point in getting too far into it. I have 631,000, which means if I zoom out the map and head over towards Russia, I should be able to find a station I can upgrade for 500,000. That one will do. One less station to upgrade, or one less part of a station to upgrade. I don't know what I'm going to find at Lincoln, Nebraska, but I've got to make tens upon tens of millions to complete upgrading all the stations around the world, which is going to take some considerable time, as I have no cargo to deliver, no story that I'm going to be able to complete, and no new areas I can open up. I pretty much consider this the end, sort of. I'll go to the market and drop off any stuff I've managed to pick up recently. Or drop off, sell. So that's pretty much it. Like I say, I'll get to Lincoln, Nebraska, see where it sends me. And then my train will probably just free roam for the next few months, I imagine, to make the amount of money it's going to need. Every now and then I'm sure I will have it running, because if you let your train free roam while not playing the game, that will make you money. Put it in the caboose up to a certain amount, and then you'll have to collect the money and let it free roam again to make more money. But if you actually play the game, then you can complete jobs and make more money from completing jobs. I've got 152 passengers, which is quite nice. And apparently a lot of them are travelling all over the place. Portland, Sacramento, Tijuana, Salt Lake, Seattle, Olympia. Yada yada yada. Where it's all money. That may be 10,000 just by dropping off those passengers. I'll collect the money from any jobs that I've completed along the way. So I've got a little bit of way to go to Lincoln, Nebraska. And I'm just mildly curious about what the story is going to be with Catalina and Nesta. But not so curious that I am truly worried about it, because I know I can't complete it. Great, just as I get all the jobs lined up, I complete some more. Okay, I need 2 more jobs. That's 1. That's 2. What I was thinking was, okay, complete South America Chapter 3-10 to open Latin America up. So there's going to be 3 chapters of the South America quest. I don't know when it's going to actually send me into South America. As we come into Salt Lake City, Utah. As I've mentioned before, I will record when I complete Russia and subsequently when I complete Asia, but there may be many months down the road before I add those to the playlist. Denver's a bit of a trek. So when I do that, I will try and remember how far I get with the South America story, so I can update you on what it was, at least as far as I got there. Where am I going? Oh, Denver, then Cheyenne, then Lincoln, Nebraska. But it was a fun journey, I must admit. This game captivated me far more than I expected it to. I forget how many hours I put into this. There was close to 100 episodes. I think this might be episode 99, possibly. Might be episode 100, I can't remember. But if you consider, say, each episode averaged 20 minutes just for the sheer sake of it, and there's 100 of them, that's what, 2,000 minutes? Whereas that is far less than 10% of the actual time I spent playing this game. Is it something like over 600 hours or 3,600 minutes, possibly? Or 36,000? 600 hours, 6,000 minutes. Yeah, 36,000 minutes. And if I've managed to record 2,000 minutes, yeah, that's whatever that works out mathematically. Not a huge percentage, so there's a lot of this whole game where I didn't spend recording it, but I actually enjoyed myself anyway, just playing it. There was a lot of it where it was very repetitive and boring, because I had to keep doing loops of various parts of the world to pick up the resources I wanted from the few stations that had them. so I could fulfill cargo requirements. I did lots of loops of South America and Eastern Europe just because they had some unique cargo which I just could not get anywhere else. Candles being one of them, and sweet potatoes being another that I can remember. But there were quite a few places like that where I had to do frequent loops of an area to pick up enough resources that were unique to that area. Lumber in Canada, Canada West, I think. And there are some resources which were plentiful all over the world, or large parts of the world. So they weren't too bad, but there was lots of repetitive loops and attempts to get more money so I could complete station upgrades, etc., which were time consuming and, as I say, repetitive. But all in all, this has been a fun way of occupying my time, wasting my time. It's a game, so pretty much as people will tell you, playing computer games, what a waste of time. I enjoyed wasting my time with this computer game. I'm 100 miles away from reaching Lincoln, Nebraska. Yes, it was quite enjoyable with all the different cars, trains and cabooses, figuring out which ones I liked, which ones were better for cargo, which ones I liked for passengers, which ones I just liked looking at. That was enough to keep me occupied. There are some things I didn't particularly like about this game, but we'll get to that in a second. Catalina, that was a close one, Nesta. This train wasn't ready to roll out. Valerie, well, you're safe now. What's going on? Are we accomplices to a crime now? Ha ha ha, no. You're in the presence of the world's greatest cryptologist and historian. Why are those men chasing after you? Short version, we won the book in a poker game. Everything was going smoothly until you saw their tattoos. Who puts a tattoo of their secret order on their hands? Idiots, I think. Bad guys? Precisely. I'm going to get to work on code breaking this notebook. Do you want us to drop you off anywhere? Catalina, we should go visit Esteban. I could use his help with these codes. Thank you, Valerie. Esteban should be at the Smithsonian Museum. Okay. Now it wants me to go to DC. Harrisburg, Washington DC. Oh, missed. There's DC. So I'll set the destination. But yes, the things I didn't like about this game was the repetition of cars, which I then couldn't sell if I had too many of one type of car. If I look at, for example, yes, my trains, there are 20 pages of train cars, which at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 200 train cars, not counting engines, which are all fine and unique, and cabooses which go with them. And that, as I've got 19 cars on my train, out of the possible 200, that's 181 cars which are not being used. It would be nice to be able to sell some of them, or combine them to make, some nicer cars or something. There have been, as has been noted during whichever episode of Anthem, various bugs. There are a couple of secrets I can't get to because it requires something which was working on the mobile game but doesn't work on the PC version. Little things like that. But for the most part, they're minor irritations compared to the joy I got from playing the rest of the game. Okay. I had 152 passengers not too long ago, now I'm down to 15. I might as well collect the money. I say, this is where I make most of my money. I've just completed 8 out of the 10 jobs that I had on my list in that trip across half of America. And if I averaged 5,000 per job, which is pretty much the norm, then I just made 40,000 just from completing those jobs, which is more profitable than carrying passengers and far more profitable than cargo. Yes. One other minor thing I can remember that it doesn't annoy me per se, but it is a mild irritation. It's when I completed Alaska, America North and Europe, you get a diamond given to you, which I believe is useful in the mobile version of this game. It's meaningless in the PC version. It would have been nice if they'd done something with stuff like that. And I believe in the mobile game, the way to upgrade cars was to combine duplicates together to upgrade a car to the next level, whereas in the PC version, you just have to have them on your train so they earned experience. I wouldn't have minded if they'd kept that function from the mobile version of just combining cars, as I have so many duplicates. Again, all minor irritations, doesn't really detract away from the fun of the game. So, that pretty much covers everything about the game. I say, this is the last episode, sort of. How far away am I from DC? Yeah, I'm a ways away from DC, so I'm not going to get there. So, as always, I hope you found this game enjoyable to one degree or another. I hope some of you, if you weren't already playing it, pick it up and play it. It's fun. And that's where I'm going to end this series, with a couple of standalone, here's me completing Russia and Asia, hopefully coming up in the future, probably some distance in the future, and hopefully I will see you down the track for some different games coming up shortly. Cheerio, and have a great time.